About me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Hi, welcome to another tutorial. So today I'll be making a ruffle hat. Okay, so I recently did some Jamaican inspired ruffle hats for a client, and I decided I'd do a tutorial. The tutorial that I'm gonna be doing is the basic way of making these ruffle hats, and you can decide however you want to design them. This is one of my favorites. The color here is from a yarn. This is how the skein of yarn is. So it's not like I went in and changed the colors individually, but basically I'll be following this pattern here. But with doing this, you can decide how you want to change your colors whenever you want to change your colors on the hat itself. So let's get into it. So the materials I'll be using today is a 5.5mm crochet hook and a total of 285 grams, give or take. So, and what you need is also scissors, tapestry needle, and a tapestry needle. So we begin by making a magic circle. There are many ways, many different variations to make a magic circle. One of the most common ways is to do like maybe 4 of these, say 4 chains. Then you go into this chain here, slip stitch, then you chain 2, and you go in making a half double crochet, and you'll make a total of 10 half double crochets, ensuring that you're crocheting over the tail. I made my magic circle by going over my 2 fingers here, making an X, going under. So going under that first here, then over the layered X, pull through, and that's how I make it, and chain 2. Okay, so this is actually a ruffle hat tutorial and not a magic circle tutorial. So let's actually get into the pattern for the ruffled hat. So chain 2, we place a half double crochet here. So the chain 2 does not count as a magic circle in this tutorial. So this is just 1 half double crochet so far, and we need a total of 10. So when you're making a magic circle, always ensure that you're crocheting over the tail, because that's how you get to make the ring smaller when you're done placing whatever amount of stitches you need into the circle. All right, so once you're done placing your 10 half double crochets into the ring or circle, you pull on the tail to close it. Then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that first half double crochet. Okay, now you chain 2. We start each round with chaining 2. For round 2 now, we're going to be increasing. So we have 10 here. We want a total of 20 by the end of this round. So we do is to place 2 double crochets. I hope I wasn't saying half double crochets all along. So we're going to place 2 double crochets into each stitch. That's how you increase. We're going to be increasing for a total of 5 rounds in this tutorial. This is round 2. So keep putting 2 double crochets into each stitch until the end for a total of 20, and I'll meet you there. Okay, so now we're done with round 2 and we're at round 3. Now if we wanted to change colors here, to follow this pattern here, we would change colors in round 2. And how I go about changing colors, there are multiple ways. You can chain, like you're done with round 2, you can chain 1, then cut the tail and fasten off, and then you start, you attach the yarn like so, chaining 2 and then proceeding. But for me, what I do is to change a color here on the last stitch that I'm gonna place in the previous round, or in whatever round I'm on, or wherever I choose to change the colors. I make this double crochet, and before I finish it, I change the color right before I end that stitch. Pull through, and then I would proceed, slip stitch, and proceed with the new color. So there are many different ways to change the colors, and you'd follow what I'm gonna be doing now in round 3. Okay, so but if you're not planning on changing any colors, we're just following the tutorial, we proceed with round 3 without changing the color of the yarn. So round 3 now. So that's how you know to change colors. So proceeding, chain 2 for round 3. In that first stitch here, we place 1 double crochet. We're increasing this round as well. In that next stitch, we place 2 double crochets. In the next stitch, 1 double crochet. And then in the following stitch, 2 double crochets. So the pattern for this round is every other we increase. So 1 double crochet, then increase 2, 1 double crochet, increase 2, 1 double crochet, increase by 2. So keep doing so, and I will meet you at the end of this round. So now we're finishing up round 3. One key thing to also note is if you start with 1 stitch, when you're increasing in a circular round, you should end with an increase. And if you begin with an increase, you should end with a single stitch. So on to round 4 now. You slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet, chain 2, and we're still increasing. So we place 1 double crochet in that first stitch, 1 double crochet into the second stitch, and into that third stitch, which is the second increase, we're gonna place the increase here. So these are just observations that also help, so you don't have to keep counting 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase. If you're increasing in a circular round, you can follow along this pattern here. So for this fourth round, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 2 stitches, 2 double crochets, and an increase. But what I was saying is that you can observe the pattern of increases here. So because we started on a single double crochet, our increases will fall onto the second stitch of the increase cluster. Now if we began by doing increases in the first stitch, then our next set of increases would have been on the first stitch here, but we're not doing that. We're doing increases into the second stitch of the clusters. So for this fourth row, it's double crochet in one stitch, double crochet into another stitch, then increases, which so happen to be on the second stitch of the increase cluster. Now keep following this pattern and I'll meet you at the end of round 4. All right, so now we're on to the 5th row of increase, which is also the final row of increase for this tutorial. And we'll place chain 2, 1 double crochet into that same stitch, and then another double crochet into that third stitch. We place a double crochet, then an increase. So for this 5th row, it's every 3 double crochets we increase. So that's 1, 2, 3, then an increase. Just keep doing so and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So now we're at the end of our increases. So 5 rounds using the 5.5mm hook. It should come to about here. This is centimeters. If you follow inches. Now if you want a snug, if this is for like a snug fit, if you want it a bit bigger on the head, don't pass the 8. Well, between 7 and 9 is okay, depending on like how much hair you have to put under the hat. But I normally wear my hats when my hair is flat, so this is it for the increases. Now to finish the rest of the hat until we reach to the ruffles, what we're gonna be doing is chaining 2 and then 1 double crochet into each stitch for each round. So 1 double crochet in each stitch around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so now we're done with the 6th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you can start seeing the curve of the hat. It looks so tiny, but I promise it will get there. So you're gonna make a total of 13 rounds. So the 6 until 13 by doing 1 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 13 rounds. And I will meet you at the end of the 13th round where we'll start doing the ruffles of the hat. Okay, so this is a total of 13 rounds, 5 increases, and then the rest just double crochets in each stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds. So now I'm going to be changing colors. You don't have to, depending on whatever design you're doing. The color that the yarn that I'm gonna be using is this. Is a changing color yarn. I don't know what you call it. I don't really care either. But what I do now, if you're not changing color, you didn't have to do this step. I'm going to attach it. Okay, so for making the ruffles, I go into the stitch here, go into the front loop, so if you didn't change color, you're gonna be chaining 2 and then going into that front loop as well. But now I'm securing this yarn. So if you're not changing color, you can ignore this part. So I'm gonna chain 2 and we'll be at the same place here now. So now we proceed as normal. So once you chain 2 into that same, well, chain 3 actually, and it will count as a stitch. And into that same front loop, we're gonna put 2 additional half double crochet, double crochets, not half double crochet. So that's 2, 3. And in the next front loop, we're gonna place a 3 more double crochets into the front loop as well. I don't know why it's not okay. 1, 2, and 3 into the next stitch, the next front loop. It's 3 double crochets again, and this is what we'll be doing for this round until we're back here. So 3 double crochets into each front loop for this round. Just keep doing so, and I will meet you back here. Okay, so now I'm at the end of this first round where we place the double crochets into the front loops. So now to close out this round, going to the top chain of the 3 chains that lead to the top here, you make a slip stitch, chain 3 again, as it counts as a stitch, as a double crochet here, and into that same space here, we go in with 2 more double crochets as the chains count as a stitch with an arrow. Okay, so into the space here, okay, and into the next stitch we put 3 double crochets as well. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to be doing for the second round is to put 3 double crochets into each stitch. So whatever amount you had in the first round, it's gonna be 3 times that now. So in the first round we went into the front loops. In the second round we're gonna be going through both loops, so the front and the back loops. And this is how you make the ruffle of a ruffle hat. So depending on how big you want your ruffles, you can end when you are done with round 2, or if you want a bigger ruffle, if you want your ruffles to be the size as mine here, it's gonna be 3 rounds. So 3 rounds of ruffles, and so this is 1, 2, 3. So if you want it to be bigger, I'd assume or presume that you would make more rounds of the 3 increases into each stitch, because we're increasing each round by putting 3 double crochets into each stitch. Now this is gonna be, especially on that 3rd round, it's gonna be long depending on how fast you crochet. But don't give up. If you want the ruffles, you have to see it through. This yarn is so soft. Anyways, so it's 3 double crochets into each stitch for a total of 3 rounds if you're following my tutorial. If you want it to be smaller, you can end on round 2. If you want it to be bigger than my ruffles, you can go further than 3 rounds. But this is it, and I'll show you my end result. This is the end result. I did a total of 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, total of 13 here, 5 increase, the remainder 1 double crochet knit stitch. So this is how this one look, and I hope this was good for you, like you were able to make your own version. You can tag me in your completed looks, or you can share them with me on Instagram or TikTok, and I'm also on Pinterest. So you can leave a like in a comment to let me know if there's anything you need additional clarification about. Well, till next time, bye bye.